All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Octopus Hours, October the 30th, 2025. It is the day before Halloween. My goodness. Cody, are you getting dressed up? I know your kids are. Cody's got to be getting dressed up.
I don't have a specific one. I don't like because right now like it's supposed to be torrential downpour out there.
It is. It is.
And so I was like, I don't know where we're going yet. I know
Yeah.
they're going to the mall for a bit of it, but I'm hoping to take them out.
Yeah. Nice. Dorinka, you probably don't get any trick-or-treaters where you are. I mean, you have a big piece of property, right?
The local community hall, they do this event called Trunk and Treat. So people take their vehicles, decorate them up, and kids go to that. And there's fireworks, bonfire. It's actually a lot of fun.
That's cool. There you go.
Yeah.
And what about you, Barber? How about your little scrumptions? What are they going as? I don't think she heard me. Kat, did you hear me?
Owen went as Luigi today, and I don't know. They have a trunk full of costumes, so tomorrow they'll they'll decide.
See what pops out. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Alex has decided he's going as Harry Potter tomorrow to school, but he's going as a zombified hockey player tomorrow night. So, yes, as Cody
That's
said, it's
cute.
supposed to be torrential downpour. So, we've got a foam puck that we've cut out and we're like gluing to his head and stuff and blood everywhere. We'll see. We'll see what happens if it all stays put. Yeah. And Charlotte's going as Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters. So she's even got the purple hair going on right now. So good times. Good times, y'all. Good times. Now, there is a lesson in powerful marketing and branding. Read a stat not that long ago that some people expect K-pop Demon Hunters to be worth $1 trillion as a franchise before the 12 months out from when they launched that movie.
Holy. I'll be honest, my kids love that, but the songs are really catchy.
I
Like
know, right?
they're really good.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. And so to go from we can't find anyone to get this script done, and we're just going to get it done, and who knows what's going to happen to, potentially $1 trillion worth of like directly connected revenue, but then spin off like all of the radio plays, all of the music that they're syndicating out there. It's all the
I
music,
I seen a Facebook
all
post
the
that they
music.
signed a contract for toys with Mattel, which is going to be
So this is what I'm
$1
getting at, right?
billion.
Like that's how they get to this $1 trillion guess mark, right? It's like, I mean, the thing with branding, you guys, is like, look at Shohei Ohtani, right? Speaking of baseball right now, the Jays and the Dodgers. Way to go, Blue Jays, right? Way to go, Blue Jays. Let's put them on the brink. Maybe Halloween night we'll be celebrating a World Series in Canada. That would be freaking awesome. But the fact of the matter is that Shohei Ohtani, does anybody know what his last contract was that he signed? Extra points for anybody who knows what that number is. Oh, Cody knows.
I don't know the you mean the most recent one?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it like 750 million or something like that?
So 10 years, $700 million.
Yeah.
$700 million. One baseball player. One. He will have made well over $1 billion just on salary in his career. Nah, he's
That's
just a really
ridiculous.
talented baseball player, Durga.
That's ridiculous.
Well, so but the point is that he's actually that they did an analysis when as he was looking to sign this contract, Cat, and they figured out that there's almost no number that they can pay Shohei that he's not worth way more than that. Like his marketing value is so high. He puts so many people in seats. He sells so many jerseys. He sells so many television deals because of his uniqueness. He's this massive Japanese dude that like smashes home runs a la like Sammy Sosa style and is also an every 4 or 5 game ace pitcher. So he's the designated hitter for the Dodgers when he's not pitching, and they just put him as the number one hitter in their lineup when he is pitching. He's a freak of nature, complete freak of nature. But he's a novelty, right? Like that's why. But it's his personal branding, his personal power that he can draw all this much energy, right? And
He's
all this
also very
together.
humble.
Very humble, Very humble.
And
Doesn't even
actually, I
speak
think he
anything.
plays the game that he doesn't speak English. He probably speaks enough English at this point. He just doesn't want to do any interviews.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, he doesn't feel like doing that much talking because you could tell as he's chatting with his buddies on the bench that it's not that he has a problem that much with the English language because he's busy talking to the other players.
Yeah.
Yeah, he certainly knows all the curse words. I've seen those come out of his mouth while he's sitting there. That's for sure. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get rolling on office hours here. So we've got obviously office hours is all about covering your steepest, toughest, most challenging marketing and business evolution questions. So we'll get to those, be they within the Hourglass system or the Hourglass software, I should say, be they within the framework of the content to cash system. We could talk about branding, we could talk about ads, we could talk about it all. Plus, we're going to go over some updates to the win a month free concept. And I've got some great news about that and some updates on that whole thing because you know um, pushing people through a program, right, is like water through a hose. Sometimes you see that there's actual little leaks in that hose somewhere. They're like, I didn't know that was going to be a challenge, or I didn't know that was going to be a problem, or I didn't think about that. So, in fact, I just did a post about this yesterday because I read a buddy of mine got some great success, and he was listing out 5 different things that really helped him succeed with his. He has a version of Go High Level that he's selling, and so I'm in a private group with him and a bunch of others. And he mentioned, but the last one was specifically powerful. He said the amount of great product, phenomenal offers and product that die on the vine because people are waiting to perfect them is massive. Far more than ever succeed. He's like, as long as your product does what it's supposed to do, sell it. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be excellent, right? Cody is a much better practitioner today than he was 12 years ago or whatever when he started, but he had to start somewhere, right? Gigi is a better speaker on video today than she was 30 days ago, but she had to get started, right? And so a lot of us wait. And his point was we have to don't wait. Let the customers buy. Let the customers interact. Let the customers use your system, buy your product, interact with your brand, because that's where you will see the flaws. And it's only in that way. We can interpret all we want, but we're using our eyes and our ears, not theirs. Right? Put a different way, when I first started in my career as a 16-year-old busser at Earl's, my general manager was training me and he taught me something really powerful that stuck with me the whole time. He said, clean and operate your role in our business, and you could take this for any role in any business, from the customer's eyes. So he said, imagine you walk into our restaurant, Earl's at the time in Abbotsford, and you are told, yeah, it's going to be, we're really full. It's going to be 15 or 20 minutes. You're like, okay, that's fine. If you stand there for 15 or 20 minutes, what are you going to see that other people would never see because you're standing there with nothing to do? Now, this is before the advent of cell phones because I'm that bloody old, right? So before the chance that everyone is basically just doing this for 20 minutes, right? The fact is they would stand there. They would look around. They go, oh, look, bunch of cobwebs up there. Oh, God, somebody obviously spilled a drink here because there's a big stain on the floor, right? Oh, look, those 2 servers over there, they're just chatting away. They haven't moved in 4 minutes, right? They're obviously not paying any attention to their tables, right? You look at that big stack of dirty dishes over here. And the whole point was he was saying, always see from the customer's eyes. When you go back and you watch your videos, look at it from the customer's eyes, right? When you're wondering to yourself, why didn't this video turn out? Or why haven't people interacted? Or what's going on here? Look at it from a consumer's eyes, or look at it from yourself as a consumer. I mean, real quick, you guys, how many of you in the last week have bought something from someone you did not know from the internet? Anybody? Drink or bought something? Okay. I'm just asked. I didn't actually do it. I'm just raising my hand to prompt. Okay, so Drinka did. Okay. How many of you here, right, have messaged a business page inquiring about something in the last week? One of you, right? And so the fact of the matter is that it's not an overwhelming number. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, this is a game of discipline and resilience and longevity. There's no way to curb that, right? You are fast tracking it as quick as possible by using dollars to push for attention. But the fact is, as I said to you guys before, even the great Tony Robbins, I get his ads on his AI summit multiple times every single day. Why is a guy who's followed by like 15 million to 25 million people across platforms or more need to buy ads? Because he knows full well that to make sure he stays top of mind in front of attention, he needs to buy it. Does this make sense, you guys? So just as a little preemptive here, and it was all about making sure, don't be scared to launch what you're doing. Don't be scared to put yourselves out there, right? And in all fairness, and I'll get off my soapbox now in just a second, but in all fairness, the person who is going to succeed in this room right now, at this exact moment, the person or business that will succeed the fastest with what we're doing is Cody's. Does anybody know why?
Service-based, personal connection.
How long you been in business, Cody?
10 years.
10 years. Gigi, how long you been in business? Selling product with lots of customers coming through your door.
Just
Yeah. Longevity. Right? Why does Just About Pets succeed so fast with this business or with this concept? Because the business was established in 1992. It's been disciplined in putting out content for 15 years. You're not going to beat that in 30 days. You're not going to beat Cody's experience in 6 weeks. The laws of the jungle apply to every animal. Right? Kat could use this system in her We Care business and get results 10 times faster than she's going to get them with Lactigo. 10 times faster. Trust factor's just automatically there. People recognize the business. They know the brand. They immediately want what she's doing. 10 times faster. Now, the question is, does she need the business or not? That's a totally separate question. Kat's already pulling out half her hair when it comes to that. But anyway, but the point is, you guys, is that you see what I'm getting at? Like that longevity. Like Shanna got success in her first 3 months running this program. Why? She's been in business for a long ass time doing what she's doing. And she had a really fantastic offer immediately on her fingertips when it was ready to rock and roll. Right? These are all things that are in place. So we have to remember, right? The reality of the marketplace applies to everybody in it. And Cody has a huge advantage. He's already been building his business for a decade. He already has multiple practitioners that are experts at what they do, and his offers and his programs are already set. Some of you, right, are building literally from the ground up. Literally from, there is an empty patch of dirt here, and I'm going to build this house. Start by digging the foundation. Nobody even looks at the foundation once the house is built, do they? Nobody even knows. They don't care. It's beneath everything. But the foundation has to be built first. That's what you're doing. Cody built his foundation a decade ago, so we can't compare results. It's a completely unfair comparison. Drinka's getting results. Why? She's been in business for what? 7 years, Drinka? 8 years? Does that make sense, you guys? Even I won't get results with running my program personally right now, the way I'm operating it, what we're doing with Content to Cash. I won't get results anywhere near as fast as Darinka, Kat, or Cody, or Shanna. I won't. and I'm good at it. I won't get it. It'll take way more money. It'll take probably five, six, $10,000 worth of ads before I start seeing huge ass results. Why? Discipline, reputation, time, commitment. It's all the same. As you guys know, my life was interfered with dramatically over the course of 2025. Most of this year, I couldn't grow my business the way I wanted it to, just didn't have it. And was scared, to be frank, about doing it at all. What happens if I sign up 10 clients and 6 weeks from now, I get news that I can't serve them anymore? Now, great news, everybody. My body is cancer-free. So that was my celebratory lunch on Tuesday as my PET scan came back completely clean. So I have to do it every 4 months for the next 5 years. But at this stage, empty.
So fantastic, Michael. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Congrats.
Shauna.
Amazing to hear.
Thank you, guys. Now I will jump off my soapbox, you guys, and we'll get to the questions. But I just want to clarify, does that all make sense? I wanted to pre-frame some of this because in pushing over the course of this 28-day/30-day win your first month free challenge, there's been a lot of stuff that's come up for people, right? There's been some stuff, which is normal when you're pushing, when you're trying to reach for things, you're going to have the weeds pop up and try and grab you and come up with stuff. So I just want to make sure that we're addressing these things as we go, right? Because I love you all and you're absolutely fantastic and you deserve great things and your clients deserve to have you serve them. So I just want to get some of these other things out of the way so you don't let them trip you. Or when they inevitably show up in your brain, you're like, no, we talked about this. I know it's going to come, right? And keep going. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay. Like, no matter how many times, you guys, I told myself that I was cancer-free in my own head and knew it in my heart, it doesn't feel the same exactly until the doctor said. Right? As much as I knew it, which is why I wasn't like, oh my goodness, woohoo. It was like, no, it was an affirmation of something I already knew. But there's certainly a part of your brain that tells you, are you sure? You certain about that? And you tell that part of your brain to shut up and go to hell. Get out. Be gone. Right? Okay, cool, everybody. So let's tackle your tough marketing business evolution questions. Who's got one? Let's tackle it. Let's officially kick open the office hours doors. I'll stop yammering away here. First questions, anybody? First questions. And don't forget, we can get hyper technical. We could go real 30,000 foot. What is it we need to tackle for you guys?
I have a question.
Yeah, Cody.
So I think my business partners have also asked different versions of this, but so we have started boosting and doing different things. I haven't really posted my the I guess all the stats because we have other ads running, so it kind of like mixes in and mingles with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just kind of like it warps all the data. So that's why it's like it's not as isolated as some of our other members here because like we have other ads running. So in terms of it, so we basically started running it with three practitioners.
Okay.
So I did find that when I started boosting, if the posts, so it's something I guess for the other members to know, if you are doing collaborative posts on Instagram, you can't boost them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's something to let you guys know. So from the meta business kind of aspect, you can't boost them. You can still boost them when you go into Instagram directly.
Okay.
And supposedly, and here's even a dichotomy of that. If you do it on the app on your phone and you boost it, you have to pay an Apple fee charge. But if you do it on the website
Of
on
course
the
you do.
computer, you do not. So that's something to let you guys know too.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so some intricacies are there.
Here we
But
go.
when you do it on Instagram, there's no because like with your training on Meta, you do like a like video viewership kind
Yes.
of like thing that's not available on Instagram.
So in the Meta Business Suite, Cody, when you boost that
I can share my
post,
screen if you want.
right? You can. Oh, I'll have to give you permission. Um, go ahead.
So I'll
You
share.
should be able to in your ad placements category choose
Mhm.
Instagram for the ad to go to.
So here's kind of where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
So we have these guys. So you'll see that this one, co-authored post, not eligible.
Okay, got it. Good to
Okay.
know.
And
I've
then
never
so
done co-authored posts before, so I've never run into that. So that's really good
yeah,
information.
so that's something to note because our practitioners all have their own pages, so that's why
Sure.
they originally wanted to do that. So then the ones that aren't, so what you see, um, so yeah, so these ones, and even if you do the post originally to Instagram,
Hmm.
if I click this, you'll see that um, so the goal of it, there's only these three.
Okay. So then
Okay.
you want more messages.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So you want more messages because that's going to be the thing that will actually um, prompt revenue, right?
Okay,
That's going to be the thing that's going to prompt people to engage with your business.
okay. But
Morning, Andrew. Morning, Andrew, buddy.
aren't we trying to get more views because we're trying to build an audience?
You are, right? But the fact is you want to build an audience that is more likely to engage with you long term anyway.
Okay.
So if you've got those three objectives, more profile visits, I mean, the other one you could pick is more profile visits. I'm open to the idea that it could be either or.
Hmm.
And when you're boosting specifically on Instagram, that might be something to consider. But the fact is we want to keep our long-term goal in mind, which is that eventually you want someone to click on your post and comment on it to get an offer,
Gotcha.
right? Because that's what the automation inside Hourglass does. Or you want them to message you for the offer in some capacity. So
Hmm.
if you get Instagram/Meta to focus on people that are already more inclined to message or to interact rather than just visit your profile, I think
Hmm.
the likelihood of you getting the right type of client goes up, is my
Yeah,
point.
sounds good. Okay. So these are, I guess, like if you wanted to see, these are kind of the stats that we've run
Great.
for the last while.
Yeah, good stuff.
So specifics to each person. So the first one was just the one that we could only get to Instagram profile, so that's that one.
Mhm.
This one was more of the post engagement, so this one we could do on this. This one's a very specific audience. This one's pelvic floor based. So
Okay.
that's why it's kind of a more narrow group of people.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so that's kind of where and then we're boosting the others.
Excellent.
Hmm. So that's kind of what that is.
Good stuff. I love the so that yeah, the one that's on October the 25th there, right?
Hmm.
Excellent post engagement.
Hmm. Yeah, so I think that's the difference with some of the stuff when we're so we were also kind of comparing too because I was like, okay, like ones like when I was talking to Janine, I was like, that's kind of one of the pieces that we were looking at. We're like, oh, like what does this look like and what type of stuff?
Hmm.
And so cool thing is it does show the 3 second play. It throws
Yep.
all that stuff. So yeah, so it's one of the pieces and then one from
Yep.
there.
Good.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're working on.
Does anybody else have any questions for Cody as he's working through his ads manager here? Is this all making sense, you guys? What's been the ad spend so far, Cody?
So let's see, it's 30. I set it at $5 a day for 7 days.
Okay.
So this has only been, what is this? It started on the 23rd. So this is the ad spend
So
total.
you're in around, 80, $90 at this point in ad spend.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, nothing too crazy at this point. Just trying to see which ones it is, trying to coordinate more and more so because like there's three of us. Like most of you guys are running as one, so you kind of run
Mm,
everything, everything on the back. Me, Einar, and Janine kind of split different roles, And so that's why it's like making sure that all the wheels are moving.
Mm-hmm.
Like and also like components of when we run with these different practitioners, it's about creating the content with them, doing the stuff, and then moving forward and creating those action scripts that fit them and all this
Yep.
stuff. So it's a bit different of an operation because like when it's myself, I can just sit here and just crush out, say 6 videos at a time, right? Whereas we gotta organize time, we gotta do make sure everything is running. It's kind of more cooks in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. And what if you go over to the this is your ads manager where just insights on the left there. Down a little bit.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
You want to view all?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah. And if you go to the graph, you go to results, that'll help us get a visual here. There you go. Good. So there you go, you guys. In the last 28 days, they're at 300,000 views.
But
Right?
we have other ads running.
Yeah.
So
Well, but this is my point that I was getting to before, Cody, when we were talking. Like the
Mhm.
company that will have the fastest success with what we're doing right now is the most established business to consumer company, right? That has longevity, reputation, right? Capital to work. Like they're the one that's going to succeed the fastest with
Mhm.
what we're doing because you guys have all these things in place, right? Some of us are literally growing businesses from initial offer and concept from the ground upwards.
Mhm.
So the expectations are different.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of different things. Like this isn't our first type of marketing approach, so that's why you'll see different things. That's why I was like I've seen a lot of your guys' stuff and it looks good. Like honestly, like what you guys are doing, you're building all those views and all this stuff. It's great, especially since it's mostly organic from what you guys have created. Ours has been like we said, we've been marketing for years now and we've been doing different things and also multiple practitioners. So don't look at the numbers and be like I need to be 300,000 views tomorrow. Like that's like this has taken, like Michael said, 10 years and we also have like 22 people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Love it, you guys. So yeah, just to wrap things up with Cody here. Any questions you guys for Cody at all as far as what he's doing or how this looks? Any thoughts or statements? Anybody want to share anything with Cody as they look across what he's doing?
1.5 thousand link clicks. That's pretty sweet.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't necessarily yield that it's turning into all visits.
Sales. But that goes to show it's like you can put out content, put out content, put out content, but like it's not all going to convert to sales just because you have an awesome video out. Like people take a while to have that exposure before they're like, yeah, yeah, maybe I'll do that, right? Like I've seen ads for a year before I'm finally like, yeah, maybe I want that thing, you know? Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And I think you also have to look at it. It becomes a lot of buying is timing too. Right? So it's like, for example, my services, a lot of people won't come in just for the health and longevity of it. Most people are coming in for pain. And especially in this current environment and economy status where people are, some have unemployment, some have stuff like that. What we're seeing in a trend too is people buy out of more desperation right now. So they're coming, when they can't work when
Mm-hmm.
they tomorrow I can't walk. I'm having this problem. We're seeing people with like literally super catastrophic stuff that they're coming in, and then they're also not staying for the course of treatments because they can't afford it or they're just choosing other things to put their money into. There's different stressors in the market, so that's also something to note as well.
Yeah. Love it, Cody. Very true. Perfect point. People buy, and we've talked about this before, everybody, right? Like people are going to buy when they're ready to buy. Our
Mhm.
job is to be in front of them when that happens.
You just want to be top of mind when that happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I just want to be the person that when they're hurting, they think of me because they've seen me.
absolutely. That's great, Cody. Give him a round of applause, you guys. Thank you for showing all that, buddy. That's great stuff. Very cool. Good job. Good job. Okay. Um, any other questions, you guys, as far as office hours goes? What else can we tackle? What else are you running into? Anything else that you're struggling with or need help with?
I guess
No,
I might have missed, it might have been talked about earlier for me.
yeah.
One thing I kind of trying to figure out is how much to boost a video daily, like a price wise. I started I did my first couple like five a day, $5 a day over
Hmm.
5 days. And then my third video, I think I did like $10 a day over a shorter period of time
Okay.
just to see what it is. So that one's still running right now. So that one seems to be at least getting more views. Obviously, I'm paying more, but I'm not sure where the balance is. Obviously, the more you spend, obviously, the bigger viewership you get, but trying to find the balance.
Yeah. So every sort of all the meta expertise stuff when it comes to buying ads, Andrew, has given me, at least in my history with it, all the same indicators, which are that Facebook takes about 6 to 7 days to really understand who is the ideal audience for that particular offer. If you're spending more money, right? Like um in the previous year, I was working with a client that was really pushing fast. And so we were spending about $700 a day on ads, right? So they had an ads budget that was in around that 25 to $30,000 a month mark for their business. And so we were getting our ideal audiences up and running, right? And this was very different. Like they were running for immediate buyers. We were not running a content to cash system. This was just a client that needed me to build a funnel for them and blah, 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 blah. Right. So we were running this. And what we found, Andrew, is that our results would shift at about day 5 or 6. Right. So let's just say day 5 really is the norm. That's when we would start to get an actual uptick in how much traction we would get. So um, Facebook was taking about 5 days at between $600 to $800 a day or whatever we were spending. I can't remember off the top of my head, to figure out exactly who that audience was. And now we didn't start out there. In month 1, we were at about, I don't know, $100 a day. And then as we got traction on what we were doing in the right ad sets that were working, that number went up to the point where it was at. So you want to make sure that when you're doing an ad, you give it at least 10 days. Okay, this is for you too, Cody. I would recommend that you run 10 days on those ads because the last 3 or 4 are likely the ones that have the most ideal audience for what it is you want to do, or you might actually see an uptick in how much traction you get in the last 3 or 4 days because Facebook's finally figured out the best. Now, this is not an exact science, my friends, because Meta's always changing, right? They are a mercurial entity in our lives as far as ad buying is concerned. What's trendy is changing all the time. If you did, a K-pop Demon Hunters thing right now, you'd probably get more traction on it than if you did it in 4 months from now. You know what I mean? Like, unless they release the second movie. So the fact is that there's all sorts of factors that aren't just how much money is going in and how much time is being spent. So with that in mind, and like Michelle had that really good hook. Remember we were talking about that, was that last week or the week before, where I said, look, guys, this got 106 organic views in less than 24 hours. Why? Because she had a great hook at the beginning of that, and she told a really awesome personal story that kept people watching. So there's a number of factors that come in, Andrew. The key, right, is that over the course of time, and I'm talking months of working with Meta's ads manager, it starts to learn far more effectively with its AI tools that you don't even see, right? It's AI tool that's running your ads for you, what type of audience is interacting with you and that you want the most.
Okay.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
caveat to that, you guys, one of the things that, and I'm not releasing this yet, it probably won't be done until the new year once I finalize it, because I don't want it to release it till I know how it's working, is there is some concepts in place where we actually do all of your ads in one actual meta campaign. So Kat's like, what? What we're looking at now is, are we able to structure basically an ad set that's desire is to get a sale, but you're actually putting in all the different, like you're putting in 7 or 8 different, 15 different ads in that ad set, and then running them all individually. And Meta is starting to figure out which one I should show Kat at the beginning versus the one I should show her in the middle of her journey versus the one I should show her at the end. Because there's some evidence that's coming out now that with Facebook's latest Andromeda update, that's how they actually want you to do it. They don't want you to run individual retargeting ads the exact same way they used to, right? They want you to actually start putting things into an entire campaign and let them sort it for you. Bizarre. And I don't know whether that's going to be the right way to do it or not. I'm in some pretty high level Facebook ads groups and meta ads groups, and you know, little coalitions or communities. And so there's a bunch of us testing this stuff right now to see what happens. Because Meta's secretive. They don't really tell you. They just keep it all to themselves. But I would say anywhere between $5 and $10, Andrew, for a minimum of 10 days. Right?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet, buddy. Cody, you had another question for me?
Yeah, so moving forward, so I have heard the news from my team that to do like a couple videos and then kind of group them into different audiences, say like 4 or 5 of them, and then kind of move forward. I remember you said like just to group them all in on one audience, but I was like they're so isolated. Like one's a pelvic floor, one's like foot health, one's like stuff. So I was like having all this group them in one audience probably will just not funnel to the right things when we're trying to market and do something. So. My question, I guess, comes down to using the hourglass now. So it's the next phase of this.
Mm-hmm.
So next is we record a video, kind of like saying that they have an offer or something like that,
Yep.
and then basically, comment this and then get the offer. So I programmed the I guess as we talked, I had to use a different our CRM. So
Sure.
I've kind of taken the pieces over there. My question is, how do you test it? Because it's so elaborate. Like, so in terms of that, so every offer is going to be different. Everything's going to be
Mm-hmm.
in a different way. So it's like a lot of it, like I saw when I was designing it, it's just like, how do I know what statements to put, like stuff like that. So I've copied pretty much directly what yours is, but it's just like, so if we're talking about, for example, pelvic health, urinary incontinence, for example,
Sure.
right? So then if it's like, it goes down one path versus another and all these things. And then I know like some of the stuff was linking back into someone to call them or something like that, but then
Mm-hmm.
others. So I was like, how do you differentiate? So I guess like my thing is just it hasn't run, so I don't really know where the gaps are. You, what I'm saying?
So what I would do is your your business is your laboratory, Cody, right? You've heard me probably use that type of concept before. And so what I would do is I would actually put a post up, right? And I would interact with it myself from my personal profile just to experience the journey,
Okay.
right? And then take it down. It doesn't have to stay there. Put it
Okay.
up for 15 minutes, then take it down. It could be a still image post that doesn't say or do anything, right? You just have to have a post so that you experience it. That's the first way I would do this, okay? So that you get the idea. You can also have somebody who has the problem that you're talking about, and you say, "Look, I'm looking for someone to test conversation tool for me, right? When it comes to this particular problem, would you be open to testing this for me?" And have them interact with it, and then get their feedback going. That's not the way I would want that question asked, or you know what I mean? Like in the end, you're going to have a prospect experience the system to know where the holes are, if that's what you're asking me,
Yeah.
right?
I was
Same
like,
thing as
yeah,
I said kind of at the beginning of the call. You don't, if you have a hose, you don't know if there's holes in it until you put the water through. You got to find out.
okay. So either like have staff or something like just trying to register through and just
Yeah.
go through,
Yeah.
just see what's going on.
Or as I said, if you've got, if you have a relative that has that particular problem, right? Or you know somebody, or even a really good client that has that particular problem, you say, hey, look, you know, we're experimenting with some, automated marketing responses here. Would you be open to interacting with my automatic responder here for a little bit just to give me your feedback? Right? Because they might find a question embarrassing and not want to answer it that way. Or they may say, no, that's not even, it's actually more painful than that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know because you're not the one experiencing that particular problem.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Does that make
So,
sense?
yep.
Okay.
You guys want to make sure like all this stuff is plugged and working. That's basically it.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you, I can repost it later, but I had put a post out, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah, it was Meta's big marketing secret. I did a still image ad for that. And I suggested, hey, if you guys want to experience what the auto response feels like, yes, it's an offer from me, which is obviously irrelevant for you guys. You're my clients already, but at least you get to experience what the process is from the consumer side, right? From the prospect side. You can go and interact with that post and type in secret or whatever the word was, and it will automatically respond to you and send you what you need.
Okay. This is on just on your personal page.
No, it'll be on my Michael Bridgman business page. Yeah, but it's great. You guys should all, anybody who's running I mean, obviously the VIP clients, we build this for you once your CSTP is ready. But the concept remains the same for all of you. You should test. Like even when I build Kat's for her upcoming ebook lead magnet, or when we get Michelle's rolling for either her little training piece or the lead magnet book that she wants to use, right? Regardless, I will test it first. Like I'll go in there and I will type on the thing to make sure that it works. Yeah.
Thank you.
And it doesn't have to be super elaborate, you guys. When we first get started on this stuff, quite often, the more elaborate we take it, the more challenging it becomes. So sometimes it just needs one quick response, right? And then put them down one of those pathways. Cody. Great question. Anybody else have any questions for office hours this morning? Everything's rolling along smoothly for y'all. But
Maybe for the ebook thing,
yeah.
so we put it out, and then how long do you have that running for generally? Is it like an always ongoing thing? Is it like a 2 weeks thing? Like how do you manage that, or is it based on what the
Well, so
responses
there's two
are or
ways
not?
to answer your question. So I'll answer it in the short and fast way first, and then the long way second, Kat. So first off, if you put a post out like that and it's working, right? You're getting leads from your warm audience. They're downloading the ebook, right? They're grabbing it from your messenger conversation. You're starting, right? 2, 3, 4, or 5 conversations, maybe on a daily basis, maybe on a weekly basis, however effectively it's running. Okay. And we're running that normally for somewhere between $7 and $10 a day to push it to your warm audience. If you're generating a lead per day from it, would you want me to turn it off?
No.
Okay. So you answered that question for yourself. Now, all lead magnets will grow stale over time.
Yeah, because people are sick of seeing it and they're like, yeah, nah, nah.
Well, and the way we're doing your branding, Kat, or in Cody's case, it would be the same, right? Or actually, all of you, it's quite geo-targeted, right? So it means it's the same people seeing you over and over and over again, which is what you want. That's how branding works, right? But it's not like you're attracting an audience that's in the 20 or 30 million across all of North America. So it's like that person's seeing your post once and not again for 6 months, right? So your lead magnet or your offer posts, your conversion posts will grow stale. Now, the long answer to your question, okay? So short answer is we push it for about 10 days to see if it works. If it doesn't work, we turn it off. Right? And I won't get into the deeper nuances of how we monitor that, but ultimately that's the real crux of it. Now, here's the truth of the matter, you guys. And it's for some of you, this will scare the pants off you. Okay? But this is the truth of the matter. All right. I talked to my mentor for this particular program earlier this week, having a conversation because I'm always trying to evolve my program and make it better. So her and I were going over some of this stuff. And she's running a very, very similar system. And in fact, Ezra Firestone, the great e-commerce marketing guy, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Ezra Firestone, but he's one of the top e-commerce marketing people in the world, runs the same system. This is the system that he runs. Now, his client's ad spend, you guys, is anywhere from $3,000 to $50,000 a month. That's just their ad spend. Ezra Firestone, to run it for them, is $15,000 to $25,000 a month. That's his team. But they run the same system. He calls it little rocks. You put out these little rocks, these little pieces of content. He calls them little rocks, right? Exact same system. Take your content, build a warm audience, market the warm audience, stop using landing pages, don't bother, send them straight through to messenger conversations. Same system. Anyway, my mentor, she said to me that over the course of the last 7 years that she's been building a similar system, she has created just a shade over 100 lead magnets. Or as I call them, CSTPs, complete solutions to tiny problems. She's completed over 100 of them. Why do you think she's done that, you guys?
Variety.
Variety? Sure. Okay. What other reasons?
Different markets.
Potentially different markets. Yep. Yep. But there's one main reason. There's one big one. Anybody know? You're up pretty smart, people.
Just consistency to keep getting seen.
No, Shannon, the truth is because 96 of them didn't work. She's one of the best in the world.
Oh,
96 of them didn't work. Remember I said to you, Kat, I said fast and dirty is the best way to do these things. Fast and dirty. Right? Get them up. Record a
Which is
3
a
or 4
challenge for me if I have to get every one of them approved.
Well, so this is why we don't always go just like down the use Lactigo for X route. We do different things, right? Her whole point to me was like, with your customers, Michael, they have to realize that you are going to have to test perhaps dozens of lead magnets before you find the one that works. She has 4 now. Her 4 lead magnets print her a 7-figure business every single year right now. She makes over $1 million in her marketing agency, and her wife run it. That's it. They have an amazing lifestyle. They spend about $300 and some odd thousand a year on ads. That's her biggest expenditure. So she's spending between around $25,000 US per month on ads, on getting attention. But her operational costs beyond that are irrelevant. Right? The rest of it is the 600 grand or whatever she has. That's her and her wife's money. They work hard. They do their thing. Well, they don't work that hard. She works about 20 hours a week. But the point is that it took her to build 100 lead magnets to find the 4 that crush it. That every time she pushes into those lead magnets, she gets dozens and dozens and dozens of leads, and she gets them fast, and then she just turns them off. She keeps her watch audience ads on all the time. So she's always building her watch audience, but she only turns her lead magnets on when she wants to fill a program. Does this make sense, you guys? Now, raise your hand real quick if that sounds really, really scary. Kat's like, yes. Andrew's like, yes.
yes.
Michelle's nodding. Cody's yes. Yeah. I mean, here's the trick, you guys, is we don't know what's going to work. We don't know what's going to work. We just have to keep testing to figure it out. That's the truth of the matter. And any marketer that comes along and says, yes, this is the absolute one, this is the one that's going to crush it, look at them and say, complete bullshit. You don't know. And as I said, you might have one that works really well for the next 6 months. And then you're like, what the F happened to it? This one was rocking, and then suddenly it just stops working. Could be a creative problem. Maybe the ads just aren't resonating anymore, so no one's clicking. Could be that CSTP is no longer relevant. This doesn't matter anymore, so people aren't downloading it anymore.
You ever see a moment, Michael, with this type of method that it's oversaturated? Just that everyone's doing the same type of thing where it's like, like everyone's doing, now DM, Facebook, like messaging, commenting styles, because we're seeing it more and more.
Yeah, well, that's
Right.
because it's the most effective thing to do for
Currently.
now. Yeah,
hmm So things could change, right? Like over
mm,
time with different things. So I guess like, as everyone kind of jumps onto the train of it, right? Because we've seen it with influencers, we've seen it with everything like
sure.
that there. And there's like different programs like many chats and all that stuff
Yep.
that run all those things, right? So that's why it's like so at what point does it saturate and our minds kind of go to a point of like I'm just gonna like block like tune this out.
So, Cody, you're absolutely right. So, a very good point, you guys. This is something to remember as being business owners, okay? Is that no marketing tactic will work long term. None. Zip. Nada. Zilch. Not a single marketing tactic will work long term. But plenty of marketing strategies are timeless. Okay? That's why I push so hard, Cody, on getting those 12 videos a month out. That's why I push so hard on going buy attention for those videos where you're getting 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20,000 views per video. Because that warm audience isn't going anywhere. You're building a brand, you're building a reputation, you're building a level of trust that doesn't just erode on a Tuesday, right? I mean, although Warren Buffett's got that great line where he says, you can build a reputation over the course of 20 years and completely screw it up in 5 minutes. Very true, right? So, but like recently, I'm a hockey guy. So Ryan Kessler, I don't know if you saw this, Cody, but he's been
Yeah, I saw
indicted
it.
or he's being charged in Michigan
Yeah,
for sexual
for
assaulting a
sexual assault.
16-year-old, right? The guy was a hockey player in Vancouver for a long time and had some sort of cult status. Well, that's gone, right? Or at least it's a different cult now.
Mhm.
But there you go. 20 years of building a reputation as a bit of a jackass hockey player, but a guy who people respected, and that is out the window with a 5 minute stupid ass decision and a terrible one at that. But my point is that the brand that you're building, Cody, is the thing that will stand the test of time. Whether we use a conversion post that is using this engagement method in 2 years from now, or whether we go back to landing pages, or whether we've invented some other really cool way of acquiring or starting or sparking a conversation, those things will change. You're absolutely right. That little tip of the spear moment when someone goes from being just a watcher to a prospect, the tactic to make that transition happen will likely change over time. Right now, we're using engagement posts because it's efficient and it's effective, and Meta likes it. Right, but in 2 years from now, we could be onto something completely different.
But I guess the whole mechanics of it is still trying to generate an audience and then build trust to
That's right.
get them to buy.
Yeah, that's never changed. That hasn't changed since the buskers standing on the street 160 years ago barking out what they have to offer today, right?
Mhm.
That does not change. You build an audience, you show up every day to serve that audience, you lead them, they'll buy from you. Right? Does that
Mhm.
make sense, everybody? So great question, Cody. And it's absolutely true, right? We don't know which one of these lead magnets is going to work for you. We don't know which one's going to convert. We don't know. You might hit it. We might hit it out of the park on first one. It might take 10, which is why I've said over and over and over again, you guys, don't be in love with your lead magnets. They don't have to be pretty. They don't have to be long. They don't have to be sophisticated. They have to be fast, dirty, and solve a problem. Right? Like Michelle, that was why I was like, I think we should bang out like a 3.5 to 5 minute video on what moms should do at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to re-energize themselves. Why? Because we can get that out and done in an afternoon and see if anybody wants it. Does anybody want it? Right? Moms need a nap. They do. Right? So Michelle and I were talking about a re-energize yourself at 2 p.m. thing instead of having a nap and drinking a, 20-ounce cup of coffee that's full
Or
of sugar
wine.
or well, the wine's going to lead to the nap, doesn't it? I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, no way. It just leads to a fun drive home with the kids. But the fact is like that's the part that I would recommend you guys. Now, Michelle, we can use the other one because it's done. Like it's finished. We can put it out there. It's finished. But if we had to build a 30-page ebook from scratch based on that concept, I would say to you, no, like we shouldn't do it. It's too much damn work. It's going to take days and days just to put that together. Right? So CSTPs, you guys, they should be 1, 2, 3-page documents at the most. They should come with a 5 to 15-minute quick video training that continues to ingratiate you to that person. Right? Or in the case of Drinka, when you're doing retail like that, they should be direct to promotion, right? They should be get your free pound of XYZ raw food product. They should be get your free bull sticks when you buy this product. Like fast, quick, what's going to turn, right? Because you never know which one's going to actually work.
Can you repeat that one more time? 1 to 3 page resource.
Yeah, so I'll do a training on this, you guys, because I'm mastering it myself. So probably in December I'll do a training on this. But it should be anywhere from 1 to 3 pages, Cody, at the most, and a training that's like 5 to 20 minutes long max. And for two reasons. One, complete solution to tiny problem, right? So here are 3 stretches to do at home that will relieve your lower back pain. Here's the 3 stretches, bop, 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 right? And here's a quick video showing how the stretches work. If they want to get your expertise, giving them that, here it is, right? Message me, back or pain, or send me a direct message and I'll send you the training. Quick, just like that, right? Andrew could do the same, right? Here's 3 quick ways to save an extra $10,000 a year to help you make that first down payment for your house. And Andrew comes up with, or just go to damn ChatGPT and help write it for you, right? The fact is people are lazy. They want to hear from an expert. And to be honest, you guys, we have a short window of time before AI does all of this stuff. And they'll never reach out to you. So you might as well acquire the contact now. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, and then the video training is important. It's a critical part of the whole equation because they see you. They hear your voice, Cody. They see your face. They look into your eyes, right? It's the same reason I love video as a marketing and branding tool. They see you, Michelle. They see you, Kat, right? They see you guys. They're relating to you. They hear your voice. They see the way your face moves. And it's the one thing that we have against artificial intelligence content that it's not taken away from us anytime soon. Right? As much as there's a huge amount of commitment to these AI clones and AI voice clones and all this stuff. The fact is, right? Cody's face and the way it moves and the way he feels as a human being watching a human being through a lens and a camera and him looking through the lens at me is still different than watching an AI version of Cody. Does everybody agree with me on that? Hello, Phil.
Hello.
But we have to take advantage of that window while we can.
So just to clarify, so you're doing an like a ad video that lures or brings them in as a lead to get your free resource. That's 1 to 3 pages, and then that leads them into, if they follow through, then you have a video training of it. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
so a perfect example. Okay, perfect example. There's I don't know, you might know him, Cody. Actually, his name's Dustin Knapp. Do you know Dustin? Does that name ring a bell? He was a Make Your Mark Capit student for a long time. He actually ran a
I
Capit
think
for
I
a
actually
while.
do know.
Yeah. So he owns the Bamboo retail store out in Langley.
Okay.
Anyway, Wicker Tree, that's what it's called. So he reached out because I posted a video about doing. Actually, you guys, you helped me with that. Remember, I said I'll do a training, I'll do a guidebook on, pardon me, the way that we generated $18,000 in sales from $800 ad spend. You guys remember this post? Right. And I said, hey guys, I just did this post. Would you go over and comment yes on the post? Because it would help me out.
Yep.
So you guys commenting yes on that post has led to multiple leads for me. Multiple leads, right? That's why we help each other out. Anyway, my point is, Cody, is that he saw that, right? Still image ad. It's a still image ad. There's no video on it at all.
Mhm.
Right? He interacted with the post. I've been interacting through Messenger with him ever since. Now he's been away for 10 days. He was on vacation. But him and I were chatting away last night. And the whole process was basically like, okay, I'd like to know more about how this works. I put together the guidebook. Took me Thanksgiving weekend to put it together. I sent it over to him in that guidebook. Then came along with a brief, like 5-6 minute training, like a video that walked through the guidebook. And then I said, do you want me to send you my training on how to set up the watch audience? Because I also have another lead magnet out there called Facebook's Big Marketing Secret, or Meta's Big Marketing Secret. And it's about how to develop this watch audience, right? Once again, still image ad. So the great part about doing the watch audience is that your conversion posts don't have to be videos, Cody. They can be still image ads because they've already seen your face. Anybody who's seeing that ad already knows who you are, right?
You don't need to do another video.
You don't need to do another video. And the whole point is that it's like free resource. Like you want that to be the headline. You don't want that to get lost in the video. You want that to be, don't bury the lead on what it is that you're doing, right? Here is my free thing, because you're not showing it to a broad spectrum audience. You're showing it to people that have been interacting with your business.
Cool. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
Thank you. I gotta head out, guys, but it was a great meeting.
Not a problem, Cody.
Thank you.
Have a great day, buddy. Cheers. So any questions about that stuff, you guys? Now, just real quick, does that sound like what we've talked about today with the lead magnet stuff and with the way, like the meta stuff shifts and everything else? Do you have any concerns? Does that sound exciting? Does that sound worrisome? How's that sound to you guys? What's going through your head? Such a talkative group today. Holy cow.
Sounds like you might be explaining it to me again later and or watching the replay. But I was interested to know like the magnitude of what we need to put out. And I like the bite-sized stuff because that's what I tend to do is make it like a big mountain thing, and I can't get to the mountain just yet. So, the bite-sized wants to see what's hitting, what people are liking. And so I thought that was really, really a great part of today.
Well, and Shannon, in your case specifically, what you and I are putting together for your lead magnet, I know works.
Yeah.
Right? I know it's worked because I've done it in other industries, and I've done that exact concept a few times over now. And so I know, like, we're about to do it in the legal business as well for a lawyer.
Right. Yes.
Right.
So that's great. It just tells me that I have to make more than just that one good one.
That's right. So
Yeah.
and so what we're doing, because we're aligning with multiple experts in your field, and we're
Yeah.
building this compilation asset.
Yeah.
Right, it's a more powerful tool. Now it's only going to be as powerful as you distribute it. Right? Because we talk about printing off that book and getting it into the, care centers and support community centers and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a slightly different angle. What we're talking about very specifically is what will somebody grab fast from your social media posts. It's a different, slightly different angle on solving the lead attraction problem.
Okay.
But
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Great question.
Thank you.
like Michelle could do something really similar if she got together with a group of um, practitioners that served moms in her community and helped them live, more energized, healthier, more focused, and getting more done and feeling like themselves again. Like if she found a group of, three or four other experts that all wanted to write articles together, we could assemble that into a, that 25 to 30 page book that could then get printed off and distributed. And Michelle could be putting that book all over the place. It's a very different um, evolution to the concept. And it requires a lot of work, right? As you now know, Shanna, building that thing requires a lot of work. Great question. So anybody else have anything they want to share about what we've covered today?
No, I guess for me, because I have a first-time homebuyer guidebook. It's about 16 pages long. I
Yeah,
think I'll have to kind of break it down into whatever, yeah, how to fix your credit score or how to improve your down payment or something smaller things like that. I think I'm gonna have to adjust. And
yeah,
obviously, I can still try the larger one too. Like at some point, it's just a
that's
C,
right.
but
Yeah, and it can be an evolution, Andrew. They could grab the how to fix my credit score one right away because that's the immediate problem they need. And then you're just nurturing them along. It's never going to hurt to have more assets to help build that relationship with them, right?
yeah, yeah, something I'll add to my work list.
Well, it's very, very important. But you're right.
Yeah,
Those little time, remember, CSTPs, complete solutions to tiny problems.
not the complete solution to a major problem.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and
Well,
and
yeah, more
that's
guide.
right.
Like it's more of a guidance than it is solving a problem. I guess is 'cause there's so much to learn in the process. But yeah, if you break it down to smaller pieces, yeah, I might connect with someone better than the whole having to sort through 16 pages to find one page that applies to them.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And I'll never forget when it finally hit me in the face was that I was looking at buying a course. It was, I don't know, $200 or $300, and the person had attached $30,000 worth of bonuses to this course. I was like, wow, 30,000. But then I started to think to myself, pardon my language, but who the fuck has the kind of time to go through like the 15 extra courses this person has added into here, the 16 different books? And it's literally like they took their grandmother's trunk of used clothes for the last 100 years, dumped it into a bonus bin, and said, here you go. I'm like, who the heck's got time to even sort through this? Completely lost me. And I realized it's not that we want a huge bang for our buck. That's not the client we're looking for. What we're looking for is the client that wants a problem solved right now. Help me solve this specific problem. More stuff is not the direction that people want to go. They want less and more specific. Don't you?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right. I mean, Kat's got an entire library of personal development books sitting there. If I said, Kat, when you buy from us, I'm going to give you 63 more personal development books that you can read. Wouldn't that be exciting?
So when I come back as a ghost, I'll have time to freaking read them all.
Right?
Yes.
This is my point, right? And they all say the same damn thing, just with different words. Yeah, Gigi's like, true, true, true. Yeah. Um, perfect. How about from some of the people we haven't heard too much from? Michelle, Gigi, Phil? How about you guys? What do we think so far? Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, Phil.
I have to watch the replay to know what we talked about instead of asking you to start at it again.
Fair enough. A little challenging to come in 2/3 the way through and be like, I know what we're talking about. Yep.
I do have a question though, and maybe remedial, um, because that's what I've been doing. I've been really working to connect back on the technology aspects of getting things done. So I'm getting some videos out there. Um, should I be focused on doing videos on my phone and saving them, or do it like on Zoom and then take it from Zoom and put it into?
Mm. I love your phone, buddy. Use your phone.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, I'll
I
do
had to
that.
work with Gary on this one too, because Gary had this thing where he couldn't hold his arm still. So if you go to Gary's videos, there's still a few of them that are kind of bouncy. But his first round of videos, man, it was like you were literally on a roller coaster with Gary as he's just like all over the place as he's walking and talking. And I'm like, dude,
I do have a tripod, so I could try working with that
so
too.
do that.
Yeah.
Or just get used to holding your arms stiffly out there and chat for the 3 minutes. And then go, oh, arm sore. Okay, other arm. And just tell me your arm is sore. It's great. It's funny. It works. It's the
Yeah, because
same when
sometimes I
you
use two hands when I'm talking, so
so you
that's
can
where
only use one then, Phil.
you got to always one. Okay, I got
If
to
you use the
imagine the other
second
one.
one, we're gonna get real lost watching the video. But it's like if you go to Andrew's videos, right? Months ago when Andrew and I first started working together, I'm like, dude, just honor the fact that you're slightly monotone when you speak. And so now he's the monotone mortgage broker, and that's how he's known. In fact, he introduces himself in his videos. He's like, "Hi, I'm Andrew Dove. I'm the monotone mortgage broker." Why? Because he's monotone, and if he doesn't address it, it's going to be the elephant in the room. And now that he just says that's who I am, it's novel, it's cute, it's character, it's great. I mean, he's an adorable guy as it goes. So, adding that to the whole panache of it just works.
It kind of worked well too, because there's another guy in my team that's called the analog mortgage broker. He labeled himself beforehand.
There you go. So the two of you guys, the monotone and the analog, you guys are so exciting. But whatever.
You're asleep, I'll get stuff done.
Oh yeah. Well, so the point, Phil, is that when it's shot from your, remember, you're building a personal brand. You're not supposed to. I've used this term with Michelle before. I'm like, we don't act like Macy's. There's no point to pretend to be a big, huge corporate entity. That's not who you are. So don't bother. You are Phil Conway helping people do XYZ. So just be Phil Conway helping people do XYZ. Be Gigi helping people do XYZ. The more corporate you feel, the less people care. The less people are going to stick around, the less people are going to watch. Right? They don't want those things. They don't want it to be professional. They don't want it to be polished. They want it to look like you just turn the camera on, right? Except for women, they want you in makeup for some stupid reason. But they want these things. Like that's what the audience wants. They don't want polish. They don't want professional. They don't want it to look super tight. They don't want the lighting to be perfect. They don't want any of those things. That's not the way. I mean, my wife watches several hours of Instagram and TikTok every single day. None of that shit's polished. None of it. And she's entertained for 2 hours a day watching amateurs do stupid shit. And it's not like they're doing it on some polished set like they used to 25 years ago. Right? There's a reason that there's been no new sitcoms launched in the better part of a decade. None. Not a single one. Nobody watches them anymore. No one watches them anymore. Right? Law, drama, crime. Sure, we'll watch that. For some reason, we like to have our, knickers all twisted. But like laughing entertainment, light stuff, romantic comedies, not working anymore. We would rather watch Instagram Reels or TikToks for that. Like people are nodding, but isn't that the truth, right? Like if I said you want to go laugh at something, no one's loading up a Robin Williams special anymore or watching episodes of Friends. They're going to Instagram and they're going to Reels and they're going to the funniest influencers or the funniest content creators they can find and they're watching them. And that's what my wife is sharing with me. People filming goofy goalie videos and having funny sayings across the bottom, right? Like how expensive
Yeah.
gear is. And all
I just wonder how many people, like, I don't watch TV. I
yeah.
rarely watch TV in the last several years, but I will do Netflix occasionally.
Yeah.
And so, I'm hearing more and more people say that.
Yeah. And so that's the answer, you guys, is that people don't want you polished. They want you raw. They want you real. They want you authentically you feel. They want you walking down the street, sharing with them the wisdom that you've gleaned in your 29 years on this planet. That's what they want. So the more authentic we can be that way, the more those like really beautiful videos of Michelle in her backyard with her kids in the background and her talking, the more videos we get of Kat stepping on toys in the middle of her kids' playroom downstairs, like the more videos like that, that's what works, man. That's what works. So good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so if there's no other questions, I'll move on to some of these quick little evolutions. Does that work for everybody? Okay, cool. Yeah. So, quick things. One, I'd made a promise back in September or August, I can't remember exactly, that we were going to start doing some weekend workshops. So I think I'll call them Saturday seminars or the Saturday seminar series. Blah, 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 blah. Haven't figured out the name exactly yet, so don't quote me on that one. But the whole point is that we don't have a crazy amount of time in our Time to Thrive coachings to dig super deep into some of the concepts. So I wanted to make sure we had like specific workshops available to make sure that some of these things were getting accomplished and done for you. So the first one I want to tackle is an offers workshop. So how to put together great offers. What is an offer? Like what exactly are we talking about here? How to package up what it is that you do for somebody else in a way that makes them really, really want it. Wouldn't that be great? Right? That when you sort of lay out what it is that you do, be it product, be it services, doesn't matter, that they're like, ooh, I'm quite interested in that, right? So the first thing I want to do is make sure you have a really solid offer. And the other reason I want to start there is that we can do all the marketing we want, but have any of you ever been in one of those situations where you're in a sales call and you're not exactly sure how to pitch what it is that you want to do? You're not sure how to offer it to somebody, right? We want to start with knowing how to offer it because that's going to be the exciting thing that's going to make you want to make more content. I've got an amazing offer. I have to show it to more people, right? So we start with the offer that we want to sell. We're going to talk about pricing it. We're talking about phrasing it. We're talking about how to word it, all these different things. So on November the 22nd in the morning, I haven't got an exact time yet, you guys. We will be doing an offer workshop. Okay. I don't have the exact name yet. I will get that to you over the course of the next few days, probably by Monday or Tuesday. There'll be a landing page and all this kind of stuff. Okay. So you can register for the event and all these things. And I'm going to be pushing it out to the public. So this is going to be one of those things where I'm like, I'm going to invite a whole bunch of people to come. I've already got 7 or 8 people in messenger conversations that are like, sure, I'll come to that. So we'll be doing this. And here's what I'm thinking. And the reason I started with this is because I want to lead to the next thing. We're going to do the offer workshop. Okay. It's going to be likely 2.5 hours. That'll be how long it's going to be. We'll have a little break in the middle, but it'll be 2.5 hours. Okay. It will be recorded. So as content to cash members, regardless of level, it will be recorded. So if you can't make it or you can't make the whole thing or whatever, it'll be recorded for you and it'll go into the back office. Okay, is that cool, everybody? Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. Oh, perfect. That's great, Drinka. So now the reason I'm referencing this is because I know that there was a challenge with the whole win a free month, and get that done with 3 referrals, right? So by show of hands, does anybody have challenges getting people to do the 3-way conversations or any of that stuff? Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm thinking. We can tackle this one of 2 ways because I want to run it again for you for the month of November. All right. What I'd love to do is say, look, let's run this again because I'm also trying to figure out how to best serve you guys and make it as effective as possible, right? So let's run it again for the month of November. The activity is basically the same. 12 videos, 6 boosts, right? Attend all the coaching sessions, share your videos into Messenger. Okay? Because there were some of you that basically got all that stuff done except for the referral stuff. Now, what I'd like to do is we can do the referrals in one of 2, well, really one of 3 ways, but one of 2 ways. Here's what I'm thinking. Either invitations to that Saturday event, so registered invitations to the Saturday event. Does that sound relatively like, hey, he's doing a free workshop. Here's the link. You can send it to 50 freaking people if you want to. If 3 of them register, you say, Michael, here's the 50 people that I sent it to. whatever, right? If only 3 of them register, you qualify for the 3 referrals. Does that make sense, you guys? Or the other way we could do it is I could do a video, put it on my business page, and say, this is how the content to cash system basically works, right? This is the concept of it. Do like a 15 to 20-minute training video, put it on my business page, and say, hey, if you want a referral here, tag them to this video. Go into the comments and say, Michelle can type in, hey, Andrew, this is the content to cash system I was talking to you about. Here's a video on how it works. And you tag them to that piece of content that I've got on my business page. I'm open to doing this either way. I'm open to doing it either way. Do you guys have a preference?
That sounds like a simpler way to do it, so I like it.
Which one, Shanna? There was option A or option B there.
Oh, sorry. I like them both actually, where you tag them in a video. I think that's probably the easiest to say right here, oh, here's the video, and then they have right access to it as soon as they open that notification, and it's just the quickest, easy way.
Okay.
Because then we don't have to report back to you who we've referred, because you'll see it.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. Totally fair. Yep.
Yeah.
Option B. Okay. A lot of people like option B. Cool.
Yeah, because I shared the information with a bunch of people and they're like, oh, that sounds great. I'll check it out. And then you never hear back, right?
Yeah.
Like busy business owners, man. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
that happens to me too. People send me stuff and I'm like, oh, I'll check that out. And then
Yeah. It
it's out of
falls
my brain, man.
58 messages deep on your messenger. Yeah, exactly. I hear you. Yep. Okay, so I'm getting the sense that we'd prefer option B, that I do some sort of like quick, somewhere between 10 and 15-minute overview training of what the content to cash system is, why it's awesome, why you should all build a personal brand. And you can tag any referrals you want to there, right? And then we go from that point. Does that make the most sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I am making a note. The group of you have decided. This was not my decision. Not my decision. You made it. That we will do a post. Okay, perfect. So I was thinking I could like reignite the content to cash Facebook group and stuff like that, but I just think it's too much work. I think ultimately the simplest way is often the best way. Yeah? Okay, coolio. So, now, in honor of the win a month free, drum roll, because we do have winners of who fantastically crushed it on the win a month free. So we have sort of a tie for like the people that did the most activity, and that is Andrew, Dove, and Dorinka. Give a round of applause, you guys, as they were very, very active.
Super, super good.
Fantastic stuff. What's that, Shanna?
Super, super good. They were really on it.
They were on it. And then Gigi comes in right behind them with all those fantastic videos and absolutely rocking it. So well done, Gigi. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. And so with the 3 of you, I'm going to book a private conversation with each one of you. Okay. So we'll have a quick little chat and sort of to go over what I'd like to do in honor of your guys' commitment and what you did and everything else like that, just to go over how that works and what I want to do for you moving forward, in conjunction with the fact that I'd like to schedule basically a 60-minute deep dive coaching session into exactly what you're doing right now with your marketing, how the videos are working, and give you my absolute expert advice on what steps to take to make sure that you're going to get the results that you want. Okay, does that work for you guys? So plus in that 1 hour, we'll go over how I want to honor what you guys have done, and I'll make you a very cool offer as to how you can abuse your win with us. So we'll go over that specifically. Okay. So well done, you guys. Those 3, let's give them another round of applause, you guys. So fantastic stuff. Way to go, way to go, way to go. Way to get there. And I'm very proud of all of you. And so one of the things I want to do is also to honor the fact that you guys all committed to this and we're all working at it. I want to start something in the month of November. I'll reach out sort of individually as to how we want to frame it. But I would love to interview each and every one of you about your business. Why you're awesome, why you serve others, how you serve others, what's fantastic about what you do, right? And why this is so darn important. Each interview will be somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes long. We're either going to do it through Zoom or another little sort of streaming app that I have, okay? We probably won't get to them all in November. But for each and every one of you that participated, not only will I do that interview, all right, but then we'll give it to you. So this is a very powerful and effective branding asset for you to use. Someone interviewing you about why your business rocks. Does that make sense? You're not just telling people, you're being interviewed about it. It's very different contextually speaking. Does that make sense? Right? And so each and every one of you, I want to put that together for you so you've got that moving forward. Right? You have this really cool marketing asset that you can use in a number of different ways. You can chop it up into little segments. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with it. Okay. On top of which, because I'm starting into basically going to launch not really an interview show, it'd be partly an interview show, but essentially a podcast in the new year as part of our marketing strategy. You'll be in that podcast. And our whole objective here is to make sure that every single one of these videos gets somewhere between 15 and 25,000 playthroughs. Does that sound cool, you guys?
Yes.
So you'll be posting those on your social, which will give us all extra viewership
That's right.
on our stuff. That's cool.
That's right. Yep. And so the whole premise here, right, is that you get the chance to you'll get a series of questions. You'll have the chance to sort of write out and kind of answer those questions for yourself, right? Like, how do I want to say this? How do I want to frame it? I'll give you some suggestions on like how to, what to do to be concise about your answers. But the value is multiple, right? So there's obviously the initial, like just the viewership. Like I'm going to pay to ensure that we get a certain amount of views on these things because I'm also using it for content, right? So I want to use and abuse you for content. Congratulations. But the fact is that means that Michael's going to be using his own dollars to make sure that we're getting the traction that we want on all these interviews. But married up to that for you guys specifically, as Kat said, you're going to get cross-promotional branding. But even more importantly than that, you're going to get the content. I will send you the videos. Okay. So you can put it into Descript. You can play with it. You can chop it up. You can use Descript's AI tools to like, okay, slice this into 10 different short segments for me, whatever you want to do with it, right? Use it out there. Just don't abuse it out there. So get that out there. You can use it as your own videos, right? Keep your branding going that way. But the other part that's really important of this is that having somebody ask you these questions pulls out succinct information from you that for some of you might be really hard to convey to other people. And this gives you the chance to work those answers really effectively because you don't want your elevator pitch of what you do to sound silly, ridiculous, or not effective. That makes sense too? Right. And people love hearing why Gigi does what she does. People love hearing why Michelle does what she does. They love hearing why Phil is so, so determined to help the people that he wants to help. It's important. And so this gives you a really good way of getting that out there. Okay, so we're all cool with that? All right. And so now, starting next week, we will run the promotion again. So you can win the month of November for free. All right. And we'll basically very similar. So 4 coaching sessions, 12 videos, 6 boosts, right? And then the referral process will be towards that piece of content that I will do. and don't worry, guys, I'll post into the chat. It'll be everywhere, so you'll all have a chance to see it. It'll go to Instagram and Facebook, so it'll be in both of those places, so you can easily share it. And then, yeah, tag people into that post. And then what's great about that is that gives me the chance to, say to that person, hey, did you get a chance to watch it? And maybe we'll start a conversation that way. So it allows a more sort of organic way of connecting people together. Okay, so by a show of thumbs up, does that work for everybody? Ah, okay, good. I'm imagining Shanna's giving me her thumbs up, so I just think it's happening at this point. Okay, so as we wrap things up, you guys, what popped out of office hours today? Did anybody have an aha moment, or is anybody excited about anything specific? What came out of today's office hours for you as we wrap up the call here?
I'm excited about the workshop.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
very good. Very good.
Yes. Thank you for doing it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Michael, did you say that's going to be recorded?
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, Sean.
I guess one thing too is that as we're showing in our imperfections, stop worrying or being concerned about the light reflecting off my glasses. Like if I wear my glasses to read the script, I'm seeing a light. I'm trying to figure out how can I stop that reflection from happening. Because I try it without it, and then I get, whoops, what's that word? No, that's not the right word.
Yeah, I mean, here's the great part, you guys. Nobody cares.
Just go with the flow. That's it.
Yeah. Right? This is not even, remember, guys, people aren't even watching Hollywood movies anymore. Like the fact is that the entire premise of content has changed in the last 2 decades. It's completely changed. So,
Michael, I was gonna say that like I know that it's not supposed to be perfect, but I've been really sick this last week. And it started out with really bad allergies and my eyes were watering. And in my videos, it looked like I'd been crying for hours. My eyes were red and puffy. And then I tried to like go ahead and like I tried to do different filters to try to get the red out. And then I was like, I guess I probably could have done black and white. But my eye just started watering and then like tears would just start falling down my cheeks. This has been really tough.
yeah.
So
Gigi, I wore sunglasses. I had cataract surgery in July and I wore sunglasses for mine for a while. So it didn't look all weird.
Yeah. So, well, what I ended up doing was I really focused on building my TikTok followers. So I got over 1,000. I have like 1,200 now. So I ended up doing videos where I didn't have to be on in person. Just so I think that it's important to get those followers, and now I can go in and try to find my niche within those followers. So I've been trying to be very active on, besides the fact that I've been really sick and that it was just kind of ridiculous to try to do a video in person.
You know what? I totally get it. I totally get it. Like, it is a visual medium. We are filming our faces, right? And I wish this weren't true, but people do judge based on like if a person looks like really ill or something like that, then they're looking at that, not listening to your words.
Right. With my birthday being yesterday, I went ahead and posted that I was like, it's my birthday and I'm sick in bed. And I got some more followers out of that.
There you go. Yeah.
Because I utilized it. I mean, it was good, but I couldn't have my just crying when I'm trying to like be happy. It was not working.
And
but,
so one of the key lessons though out of that whole thing, you guys, is get ahead of your content schedule. Right? Like Dorinka, for example, she goes away. She's doing these like weekend farmers markets and all sorts of stuff, and she can't always be posting. So she'll bang out a cluster of videos and then schedule them out. So when we're filming content, posting that day, you know, the winds of change blow and suddenly we're like, crap, I can't get to that today. Right.
Yeah, luckily I did have some already recorded, so I was able to keep putting them out for a few days. But yeah, definitely. I mean, actually, when I'm recording, like it's pretty exciting. Like I feel like I'm much more confident in
You're great.
knowing how to edit so I can edit out like, so I can pause if I need to pause. And, sometimes it's like ridiculous just trying to say two sentences. So like I'm getting better. It'll
Love
be
it, Gigi.
better.
Love it. You're doing a great job. You're doing great. Well done. And yes, we all
So
feel much better.
I appreciate you keep like doing the pushing. I have 3 people to bring in to you.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I think probably 2 people are gonna sign up. And but yeah, I didn't get 12. I don't think I did 12 videos.
Hey, you know
So,
what?
and I didn't.
That's one of the things that I realized I wanted to run it again because I'm also, guys, remember, I'm in the same, like, business is business. We have to push water through the hose to figure out where the leaks are going to be, no matter what business you're in, right? So yeah, like, okay, let's
Yeah,
run
and
the
I
offer again and smooth it out.
yeah, I guess my thing is that
Oh, we lost you there, Gigi. Yeah, her videos were awesome, weren't they, Drinka? Very good. Very good.
other yeah, no, I was gonna say that I think my thing is that I also felt like I didn't have the videos to boost yet. I don't have like the call to action that I was planning on having. So this next month will be better.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, and so quick question, you guys. Does it feel too hard to hit all those numbers?
You mean 12 videos?
Well, and as Gigi said, and then you got to boost some, so you feel like you have to have kind of an offer in place. Like, I'm just genuinely asking, right? It was just 4 weeks for me. We do 3 videos a week, so it was 12 videos. It's the 4 coaching sessions. I'm just wondering if there's a part of that that feels too challenging.
I don't
Phil
think
says
so.
no. Okay.
Like when I first got started, that like for someone new, that would sound terrifying because you're not good at the videos yet. But as you do it, you can do it faster and faster and faster. Like now I can do 4 videos in a morning, just bang, 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 done.
Yeah.
Right? From start to finish. So, as long as you stay ahead of the videos, but when you get in a situation like she had or myself, when I had a thing on my eye and I couldn't record for a week because of the stupid thing in my eye, and then my videos ran out. And there's nothing I can do about it. So, like, you know,
I
you
think
can't.
it would have been, I think for me, it was hard because I was so focused on getting the quiz funnel down that I wasn't focusing on like, what video am I going to do for an offer? Or I was thinking that the quiz funnel would be combined with the post that I would boost.
So, Gigi,
So
remember I said don't worry about the quiz funnel yet? You don't know enough about your audience to quiz them?
that's why I think it's important to do the quiz. Then I would know more about my audience.
No, because you don't know what questions to ask yet. And and quiz funnels take a shit ton of time to get right.
Yeah.
The
It
last
could be.
quiz funnel that I built for somebody, for example, was 3 years ago. And it took us 90 days of testing and trial and error to get it right. And even then, she ran it for about 90 days and she was like, this isn't producing the results that I want.
Okay. All right.
So quizzes are fantastic, but it takes work, right, on the front end. And remember what I said about CSTPs, right? Fast,
Yeah.
quick, like 3-page documents with a 10-minute training. Because then you can make 15 of them and see which one actually is attracting people.
Mm-hmm.
Quizzes are a fantastic way of drawing leads to you eventually.
Yeah.
and very qualified leads eventually.
Well, and the other thing is I felt like I hadn't stepped out yet. So, it doesn't matter. Even if I didn't complete everything that I needed to this month, I still have grown so much from this challenge. So I'm very grateful.
Fabulous. Yeah, I love it. But remember, guys, like when you want to run your lead engines, do the thing that's fastest and easiest first, because you don't know whether it's going to work or not. And quizzes are amazing, Gigi. I think every single one of us should be running quiz funnels, but we have to run it at the right time and evolution of our business. Running it first, right? It's literally like, on some level, it's graduating from crawling to trying to ride a bicycle.
Mhm.
It's really hard to pull off right away and expensive.
It's getting there someday.
Yeah.
I feel closer than I did 30 days ago.
And what you're doing is fantastic, but I would focus on when you want to convert people to conversations, give them a very quick lead magnet. The quiz is just going to take a little while. That's
right. Okay. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
Michael, is posting in the group part of the free thing too that we need to do? Because I was kind of hung up with that this past month.
Just into Messenger. Yeah, into that Messenger chat. Right?
Okay.
Now, I'm also open to the idea, you guys, do we want to use the Messenger chat like that? Is it really obnoxious? Would you rather have a private Facebook group, or would you rather post it into that that back office community space? Like I'm open to evolving this stuff moving forward, right?
Yeah, I like it in the messenger chat. Just easier to look at. Content to cache website I don't go into very often. I probably miss most of them. This way I see it pop up on my phone and quickly click it and then watch it and then like or comment or it's a lot more convenient.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I like
find
the
like
messenger
going
chat.
to someone's actual video post, it's probably easier that way, right?
Yeah. Well, now that I'm following most people too, they just pop up on my feed too since I started liking that. So eventually, hopefully, pops up.
Good
Feed,
point.
so.
Okay, all right. So we'll just leave that alone the way it is. Yeah, Darinka, huge shout out to you, my dear. I'm getting Darinka's emails. And they're fantastic. They have videos embedded in them and everything. Very swanky, Darinka. How do you enjoy? Are you enjoying using the email stuff?
Yes, and I just, because I'm redoing all the BAMO stuff, it's just like a good book or a reference. It's good to do it again. So I did the email one this morning because I was up really early.
Mhm.
But I didn't know, like I've seen other emails I get, but I didn't know I could insert a YouTube video. And once you said element, like I understand what that means. And I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Mm,
So to me, it's no different than doing a Facebook post. I'm just doing an email
that's right.
that is, and a lot of people are saying if I'm just doing organic, they don't see the Facebook post, but they see the email.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but thank you because you keep telling me, to do this, try that. So, and I don't give up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the great thing, you guys, is we do the social media content to attract the broad audience. And then once they're closer and into the top of our hourglass, right? That's when we grab the information and it goes into Hourglass software, and that's when you can start emailing and it's more direct, right? So perfect, Drink. I love it. All right, cats and dogs, let's rock and roll here. It's been an hour, 45 minutes. Been a fantastic office hours. Thank you guys so much for participating and playing full out this morning on this beautiful Thursday. Kat, I will see you in a few hours there, my dear, and I'll send you that email right away. I just got to download it and then send it off to you.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome, you guys. Have a fantastic Thursday, y'all.
Thank you.
And,
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
That's right.
Halloween.
Halloween all.
Let's see those
Bye-bye.
costumes. Okay, ciao.
Bye-bye.